For this lesson, this is lesson 19 in the sixth grade module 3, and we're getting to the end here. And I think this is really a fun lesson because it incorporates a little bit of geometry. Well, I guess coordinates kind of are geometry, but it really gets more visual in this lesson, and it's a lot of fun. So the classwork says to use this coordinate plane and find the distance between the points using absolute value. So on your page, the points are not numbered, but I labeled them, so they both are at. They have an x coordinate of 4. They both have an x coordinate of 4, so they're going to be on the vertical line where x is 4. But one of them is going to be 3 spaces down. It's at y coordinate is -3, and the other one is 5 spaces up because the y coordinate is 5. So it says to find the distance between the points using absolute value. I'm not going to do that. First, I'm going to just count so that I know what the distance is, and then I'm going to use absolute value. So if this one is here, I'm going to count that it's 1, 2, 3 spaces to 0, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spaces altogether because it's 5 spaces from 0 to the 5. So the distance is going to be 8 units. We're going to check it using absolute value. So this time we had to cross the x-axis. We crossed that 0. We went 3, 2, 1, 0, and then kept counting. So we're adding together this distance to 0 and then this distance from 0. So we need to add the absolute value of -3 to, we're going to combine that with the absolute value of 5. No, we don't need to put absolute value because it's still 5, but we're going to do it to stay consistent. So the absolute value of 3 is 3. It was 3 spaces from here to 0. And the number of spaces from 0 to 5 was 5. So we're combining how many spaces to 0 and how many spaces from 0 to give ourselves a distance of 8 units. And we need to write out units. I'm writing U. So that's the opening exercise. We're going to be using this coordinate plane in the next section. Down here for exercises 1 to 2, we're looking at the same grid, and now we're just locating and labeling the points. So I already did that. I located and labeled 4, 5, the ordered pair 4, 5. That's 4 across, and 5, it'll be up. And then 4, -3, so that's 4 across, and it's going to be 3 down. I need you to pause this and go ahead and locate those points by drawing a dot and then writing where it is, 4, 5, and 4, -3. Go ahead and pause and then come back. Next, it says to draw the line segment between the endpoints. We're going to draw the line that goes between the dots we made. I'm going to pick blue so it stands out a little better. It's not the straightest line ever. Okay, so we have a line segment to go between the points. How long is it? Well, it's going to be, we did this just a minute ago with the absolute value, but it's going to be the distance between the absolute value of 5 and the absolute value of 3, and we're adding them because we're crossing the x. Okay, so how long is the line segment that you drew? Well, we can explain by saying I counted that it was 8 spaces, or you can say that I counted that I added the absolute value of 5 plus the absolute value of 3 because we're crossing the 0, that x-axis, and it was 8 units. So, but either way, the line segment is 8 units long. Next, we're going to draw a horizontal line segment. That means it's going to go like the horizon this way. Starting here at our 4, -3, that has a length of 9 units. So this line needs to go 9 spaces across. We can choose to go 9 spaces this way or 9 spaces that way. And it says, what are the possible coordinates of the other end of the line segment. There is more than one answer. You could choose to make your line go this way, but then you're going to need to probably change what you're counting by. We couldn't count by fours at that point. We'd have to count by something else because there's not enough spaces. Or you could draw extra space over here, but we don't have enough space to go that way. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can only go 6, and it needs to be 9 units. So I'm gonna go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, does it say to draw the line? Yes, we have to draw the line. So here's our point, and we're gonna draw the line. And in fact, I think I want that point to be a little darker black. How do I make it bigger? I think that's how you do it. Not very good. Bonk. I had some interruptions, so I had to pause, and I don't know where I left off because that was several minutes ago. So we're drawing a horizontal line segment starting at, let's get back to this. Starting at 4, -3, that's over here. And it needs to go 9 units, and we decided we can't go this way because it's only 6. So it needs to go this way, 9 units, 9 spaces, which would land us at, let's make it bigger. Let's see. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces backwards, so -5. And 1, 2, 3 spaces down, so that would be -3. Boy, this is hard to do at home. All right, so there's more than one answer. Bonus points to you if you can find, using maybe absolute value or plotting it, what the other possible answer would be. We're going to move on. We're going to be using this same grid with all of our notes and everything for the next, for exercises 3 and on. So I'm going to have to skip up and down a bunch on the page. So which point did you choose to be the other end point? I chose -5, -3. My explanation I would write out. Actually, maybe I can write it. I'm going to write it. I chose -5, -3. Explain how and why you chose that point. I did it by counting. Or you could have used absolute value and added. Let's see, what else does it say? Locate and label the point, and we already did that. Oh, I did it by counting. And explaining is important. Okay, so for exercise 3, we're going to, hold on one sec. Okay, so this next part is kind of cool. What I need you to think about is this could be parts of a square, and the fancy term for corner is vertex, and if you have more than one, they are vertices. So these could be 1, 2, 3 corners of a rectangle, or 3 vertices of a rectangle, and that's just what it's saying down here. So next you need to find the coordinates of the 4th vertex of the rectangle. So what, go ahead and go back to your grid and find where would we put the dot for the 4th corner, probably somewhere over here, and think about how many units we counted to get to that corner, and we're going to pick this up in the next video.